blessed Tuesday morning to the entire, I like to say that way, the entire Tri-Island State, Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique. Good morning, good morning. It's GT with you once again, and welcome to another edition of To The Point for today. It's Tuesday, yeah, we already gotten down to the 6th day of the month of September, and as I referred to that when the month actually started, I said, hey, the best month of the year, right? All right. Let me say good morning to our viewers this morning. First, the viewers via channels 7, 11, and channels 20. Those of you viewing us via the television, good morning to you. Hope all is well. Let's say good morning also to our social media, of course, listeners and viewers this morning. When I say listeners, there are probably those of you just listen to the program via social media, probably via our website, the actual station's stream. So you're listening via the stream. Good morning. Good morning. Hope all is well with you. Those of you who are viewing also via our social media platforms, Facebook, YouTube channel. Let me thank you so much for being part of To The Point for today, and certainly hope you're having an awesome day thus far. Just started off good for you. You got up this morning, you gave thanks to the Almighty, and you thank Him for health, strength, everything else that you need to thank Him for. And you have started off doing whatever you have to do in terms of the regular routine, per se, for your day. And everybody has a particular routine that they follow every day, right? Yeah, I have one. And certainly you may have one also. It could be hectic or it could be mild. It could be a light routine that you follow, but everybody starts off the day with a particular routine. So let me say thank you once again for taking the time out to tune in. You're probably at work right about now, and while you're there, you're taking the time out to tune in and listen up. And don't forget, you have the option of calling in. It's 435-2041. That's a telephone number. I think that number may have sunken a bit by now. So you know it offhand that you would just call in and give us your views pertaining to issues about the Tri-Island State. And you may just want to, throw out this morning, but a concern that you may have that you want to throw it out, and you think, I need to let the nation know about this, or probably just something that is bothering you. Certainly, I'll give you a listening ear here on To The Point. Let's go to the phone line and entertain our very first caller this morning. Caller, good morning. How are you?
Thank you very much. Well, I'm not so good really and truly, but I'm there. I'm holding on.
All right.
Pleasant listening to you and to all of the listeners and whatnot on the very, very different many platforms.
Mm-hmm.
I'm deeply disturbed this morning, though.
Tell me.
9 minutes after 8 o'clock, and the BBC News was automatically cut off. And a program, Will Smith and whatnot. This is a program that was being aired for donkey years, as we would call it. I remember that, from donkey years. I can't see the relevance in, that switch this morning, so I'm deeply disturbed. Secondly, some of the repeat programs, most of the repeat programs that we do have, for example, yesterday evening, yesterday morning, and we just continue with most of these repeat programs that to me is very tasteless, because some of these programs, you find a program host taking all the talk more than 3/4 of an hour. For the program is only 1 hour. 50 minutes, and he is talking, laughing, giggling. He doesn't answer the calls. And I think that this is a very, irrational way of thinking. Over the years, I have studied a few words. Now, since 1980-something, the revolution has come to an end. And people meet me on the street because of my plain speaking way. And they would literally use obscene languages to call me all sorts of funny names and whatnot. I ignore that anyway. But I've studied a few words here. FUCK, freedom ushers consistent knowledge. YOU, your obedience matters. And let me be fair here today. My name is Michael. And they used to tell me FUCK, YOU, Mike. And so I've studied these initials carefully, and I come up with freedom ushers consistent knowledge. Your obedience matters most. Anyhow, you are one of the gems there, and I do appreciate what's the gentleman's name again? I think it's Kador. But I'm wondering, it's worrisome because some of the pronunciation of words some of the bad timing of some of these kind of programs, I don't know. I'm wondering what's happening with the manager or the managing director. I remember a few years ago, maybe 2 years to be exact, Carnival, and you would find Chester Humphrey and uttering words about, this license and whatnot, etc. Because some of the, languages spoken on during that carnival period and was aired and whatnot, and then, you have to be, I don't know, anyway, you're doing a good job. You continue to do a good job, but I hope to see differences, these repeated programs and whatnot, etc. This funny, ignorant, illiterate laughing and giggling and whatnot in one particular, well, there were 3 of them really at one time. I don't want to call names, but, this first lady there, I could remember that, and the second lady come around and probably got even more. I mean, my old aunt, 95 years, used to look at the television, and she came up one morning with the idea, what is this? This girl is a Janet. I mean, how she acting on the television, so she always has to be dancing on the seats and whatnot. Anyhow, let me don't take up much time because many more people want to.
All right, caller, thank you for your contribution. All right, 435-2041, 435-2041. And as we move on, let me take a time to say good morning and congratulations to the youngsters, per se, students. Well, some of them may not want to be called students anymore. They may not be thinking of going on to another learning institution. Some may think about looking for a job and so forth. But so those of you who are successful in your CXC examinations have gotten your results. You're happy about the results. Some of you may not be happy about the results. Some of you may be probably thinking, hey, maybe I need to do some of the classes and maybe catch up on the subject that I may have not been successful in. And so once again, congratulations. Let's go back to the phone line. Let's say good morning to this caller. Caller, how are you? Good morning.
Good morning and a blessed day to you, sir.
How are you doing?
Okay.
All right.
My concern, I have 2 concerns. One is the bubble tie-up flow bubble things they have there. Because
bubble
what
thing.
happens?
You said there's a bubble thing.
Yes, the bubble they put all your phone and everything together.
Or the bundle per se that the company is offering.
Yes, but my problem is when electricity go, you don't have no means of communicating. Your fixed line, no, you can't call anybody. You have a cell phone, you can put it on Facebook, you can put it on Messenger, nothing. The only method of communication you could have is if you have money on your phone, so you could call somebody. I don't know how much money you could have on your phone, but I don't think that is right at all. In case of a disaster, in case of something happen, who are we going to call? How are we going to get in touch? And I think something has to be done about this bungle. And the next one, current go, electricity go, and when it come back, the internet taking forever to come back. You still cannot communicate.
All right.
I think that is a serious thing. I was thinking.
Caller, did you try speaking to the company pertaining to that particular issue that you're experiencing?
I never went to them for that because when they told me about they're going to put this bundle, I say I don't want this thing because when anything happen, because people who are using it told me before, but they say eventually everybody will have to want this thing. I don't know how they could just put everybody on this thing.
All right. Okay, caller, thanks for your contribution this morning.
Right, and one more thing now. Just one thing about the cost of living. You know, we say we'll eat local and so on, so put in local. But when you buy local things, it's not, it doesn't worth the money. You're not getting value for your money. And I think we need to check on that because things just going up locally. They will say they have to buy, to supplement what they have. But I don't know. Things are just going out of hand locally. Have a blessed day, sir.
All right. Thank you for your contribution. Certainly understand with the caller. Of course, I have heard the complaints also from individuals who may have been moved to the new system. The company is offered in terms of putting all offering their services in that bundle. And some folks are not too happy about it. But I understand. Technology changes. And, sometimes it may not always work out the way that we would like it or we are accustomed to. All right. So sometimes it leads to a point where we may have to just start getting accustomed to the new way of things happening. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning, and how are you?
JD,
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you, son?
Doing good, sir.
All right. I hope you're doing good. You see that lady that spoke there just now concerning the bundle business?
Mm-hmm.
Those same guys and them they approach me with that kind of talk. I tell them the only bundle I know is when I growing up, I used to go down in my garden and raise up a bundle. I want to come up and forget me with the rest.
All right, sir.
All the best. Enjoy yourself.
You too. 435-2041, 435-2041. It's probably going to take time for folks to get accustomed to it. It's going to be the way of life now. Things, the old, moving away from the old technology into new technology, and sometimes it takes a bit of getting used to. And I think that's where the problem comes in. Good morning, caller. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fairly alright, sir. I'm wasting my cell phone money to see what I want to say. In other words, to educate us. Now, every time you get examination results, they are telling you for the past few years how it's not good enough. Who is to blame for the result? Is it the children or is it the examiner? Maybe I feel it's those who have been placed. You would say educate. Educate means to give instruction and to set example. That's how I look at it. Now, doing rote things is not educating. I guess you personally wouldn't tell your child, don't steal, and then you are stealing. In other words, you have to set example. You are a good example. So people are telling their children, well, that man is your godfather, so you get a walk when I using NNP come into being. Perhaps when Jewel come into being. So what do you want to learn for? Because you will get a walk. In other words, and again, when we say learning includes everything about a person's life. Respect, education. When I say education is every single thing you could think of. So when I look at we are educated as far as I'm concerned. Because I said some. I didn't say a great percentage, neither a minor percentage. Some of the people who are trying to educate people, are teaching the people and them wrong thing. And I've hinted a lot of examples already on this station. I'm glad that they took out the two people who were involved in culture have to go, because they're telling us what emancipation means, and they are they're trying to re-educate me and telling me what emancipation, but they are not going to re-educate me. I am going to stick to the old custom. And furthermore, I have said it already, when you teach in children, you must do practical. People learn more in a practical way. For example, you're teaching about areas, bring them in the field and teach them how to find areas. You're talking about triangle, as I say, the hypotenuse square. That's what I heard somebody say. Equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. Imagine you telling a child that. Prove that maybe when you go and measure the house, or when you measure a piece of land, or when you measure a piece of paper, make the thing realistic. And this is what then people would learn more. You would be able to transfer from practical or from theoretical.
All
that's
right.
what I know, and that's what I used to do.
All right,
In fact, I could tell you straight, I get money now. Who give me $100? Thanks. Because they were able to build market, the whole St. George's market.
Caller, let me thank you for your contribution this morning. Let me thank you so much for your contribution this morning. 435-2041, 435-2041. It's to the point. It's an open line for today, Tuesday. And don't forget, folks, Jimin brings you coverage of this year's Heroes CPL. There will be some adjustment to our programming lineup. So from tomorrow, Wednesday, folks, take note. And also on Thursday, the 8th of September, transition will be at 5:05 p.m. p.m. So take a note of that also. And those of you who are on a constantly, on a nightly basis also who view GBN TV News, it will be from 6 p.m. and it will be repeated right after the CPL match. All right, so take note of that. We do have another caller. Let's go to the phone line. Good morning to you, caller.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
I need to find out something pertaining to the sidewalks around by Foodland. Okay. Is there any things to be put?
Caller, you may have to speak up a wee bit. No time for the secrets. Let's speak up. Let everybody hear you.
I don't want to really shout because my voice kind of loud, but I don't really like to shout.
All right.
Okay. Is there anything we put in place for pertaining to that for the sidewalk so that pedestrian people could pass freely and quietly on the sidewalk? Because this morning I was passing and, well, as usual, the umbrellas of this, that is John my accent nicely, excuse me please, and they vex more than you. Something needs to be done about the sidewalk. The people
which particular area are you talking about, caller?
Around by Foodland, around by that section coming down, there's a farm and garden coming down.
So you're talking about within the tongue of St. George, all right?
Yeah, in tongue, okay. Yeah, exactly. In tongue there. And other places too, going up by Caswell and all them places up there can't even pass on the sidewalk properly. And something really needs to be done about that. And before I go, one more thing. We need in Cherry Hill, we need a pedestrian crossing by the junction in Cherry Hill there. It's imperative we have a pedestrian crossing there because 19 how much vehicles have to be passing up and down before you could be able to cross, and the school children and things have to cross the road, and there's the next drama again. So something needs to be done.
Thank you for your contribution.
Okay then.
435-2041. We're going to have, of course, we drew for a first break. Let me go to the Facebook page this morning, get some of the comments that have been thrown out this morning by viewers and listeners via the Facebook page. And this particular comment goes out like this. I would like to congratulate the new administration for rolling out the new stimulus package, especially for small business. More details in the 10 a.m. briefing. Don't forget, there'll be a press briefing this morning, and Jimmy should be carrying the press briefing this morning at 10 a.m. So folks should continue tuning for that. Also, all utilities are rip-off. Let me see if I can get this one. I don't think I want to get into that one. This morning. Let's take another caller. Caller, good morning, and how are you?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you.
I have a complaint to make with electricity people.
The electricity people?
Yeah. Last month, I get in August, I get
like the way you put that together.
And $44 for light bill. And September don't even reach yet. They giving me time to pay before the month end. They send a bill for me for September month for $165.58. And I find that it's plenty.
Has there been an increase in your usage, caller? Have you paid attention to the usage?
What I have is just on the phone I have. I does not iron. I does not, make so much call on the phone.
Well,
so I've just find it plenty, And listen, they give me time in September to pay the bill, And watch how quiet September is. Today's, I think, is the 5th of September, eh?
But there's usually every month there's a period for paying your bill every month. Maybe
yes,
have you ever paid attention to that before?
I never don't pay the people because you see I must pay. You understand what I'm saying? Last month $144.67, and now this $165, $166.56. I find it plenty.
Well, the electricity company have been saying that take note of your usage because sometimes it happens where we're not paying attention to the usage, and maybe your usage may have gone up for some reason or the other. All right.
I don't plenty thing here. Just my house phone I have, and I does not iron plenty.
All right. Well, hope that will be rectified soon for you. All right. Have a good morning. 435-2041. Before we take another caller, we're going to take a break. We're coming right back after the break with more of your calls here on To The Point. It's an open line day today. We're coming right back. Have a good morning.
Whether you're shopping for hardware, building materials, and appliances, Hubbard's Building Supplies at Grand Anse is the place to shop. With improved facilities, increased parking, wider variety of products, and a trendy and spacious layout, catering for all your shopping needs. Why wait? Visit Hubbard's Building Supplies today. Now open Mondays to Fridays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Hubbard's. Quality service, affordable prices.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Welcome back, one and all. Once again, good morning to everyone. Those of you who tuned in to K105 and GBN TV, welcome back to The Point for today, Tuesday, the 6th day of September 2022. If you just tuned in, good morning to you. Welcome. Don't forget, we're taking your phone calls. Yes, 435-2041. That's a number that you can call in with and share your views, your concern. Back to the of course, lots of folks be complaining about that bit of an increase in their electricity bill. I, for one, was taking a bit of note of it for myself. Yeah, I had a drastic increase. And I think I know the reasons why my bill may have gone up, So sometimes you do have to pay attention to your usage, and the electricity company, they've been giving out some advisory lately in terms of telling you or giving you reasons or saying per se, you should try to conserve as much electricity as you can. All right, let's say good morning to the caller. Good morning to you. How are you, sir? Good morning to you, caller. Well, I guess we have lost out on that caller. I was hearing them in the background there for a wee bit, but it seemed to me I've lost them there. 435-2041, 435-2041. Let's go back to the phone line and see who's on the line. Good morning to you, caller. How are you?
Yes, good morning, Mr. Telesford. Greetings. Trusting that all is well in your corner and that you're staying safe.
Yes, sir.
Couple of things here. I want to touch on the electricity bill issue.
Mm-hmm.
It is beyond usage, Mr. Telesford. It was recently explained by one Mr. I can't remember the name of the manager or CEO of the electricity.
It was Mr. Hostin of the sort.
Hostin, that's correct.
Mm-hmm.
You see, is the cost of fuel. My bill jumped 25% between July and August. So we spoke about it, of course, but it was explained. They say it is the cost of fuel on the international market, of course, the excuse with the war in Ukraine. However, if you look at the international market, the cost of petroleum has leveled out between $97 to $103 US per barrel. Yet, according to their terms and contract for supply, they say that it is due here for an increase in the fuel surcharge. If the people of this country were to look at the fuel surcharge, your usage has not moved. If you look closely, you will see it has not moved. What is moving is the cost or the increase in the fuel surcharge. Of course, this is a major problem, but I don't think that we can do anything about it, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing is this. Someone called earlier to speak about the movement on the streets, not the streets necessarily, but the sidewalks of the country, and he reminded me that the last time I spoke about this, I didn't mention it. I was crossing the road from the corner of Foodland onto the corner of General Commodities. I don't know what is there now. But we're talking of going north along Halifax and buried, I retract that, and into my eye, my left eye, which of course is blind, plunged the rib of an umbrella. Now, take a look. You saying it, Mr. Telesford? I am blind, but I have capacity to move about. But obstructions on the sidewalks of the country, which, according to the laws, are not to be. This is a problem. I'm therefore calling on the so-called Minister for National Security, the so-called Chief of Police, to clean the sidewalks and to give the people of this country the right to accessibility. In my case, even more, because this is governed by United Nations Convention on the Rights of People with Disabilities. Access and accessibility. Begin to respect the people of this country. After all these years, 49 years of trying to quote-unquote transform Grenada, I urge you to seriously consider reforming, because under no circumstances can we have transformation without reformation. The history will show us that. And as a matter of fact, any man in this here country who has a trade, a vocational capacity in doing and making things with his hand, he will tell you, if you do not reform, you cannot transform. The transformation is what is seen, is what is physical and tangibly seen, where the people can enjoy it. But we have to reform by doing the correct things, setting the stage, reorientating. I urge these politicians, this new breed of politicians, to seriously consider, as a matter of fact, I challenge any one of them into a publicly televised debate on this matter. Can there be transformation without reformation? Just a question. There are many, many other things to talk about, but I'll stop here for now. Do have a nice day.
You too, sir. All right, sir. 435-2041. Let's take a couple of the comments by the Facebook page this morning via the comment section. And let's see what the comments are saying. There was one I wanted to get into. And this particular comment goes like this. The more we complain in this country about sidewalk by Foodland, nothing will be done. And we are a lawless country, and the police will not enforce laws, and they are not in the public's interest. That's not in the public interest, and this is just they just don't care about pedestrians. I mean, from time to time we have heard the complaints about folks complaining about the sidewalk vendors per se, and I've seen happen over the years where the police try to move them off, and then it was done, especially on a seasonal basis per se. Christmas or other sort, they may move them and put them on a particular street so that they can use there as a place to vend per se. And after the season wraps up, everybody just goes back and the usual thing and do as they wish once again. That's need to be taken care of. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning to you, and how are you?
Hello, good morning. I'm all right.
Yes.
I want to make a little contribution this morning.
Go right ahead.
Before the election, we hear talk that this young group of people, they don't love old people. They're too young, they don't have the experience. And, a lot of things was going on. But I listening to the news today, and I seen the action of these young people. I want to prove these people and them what was saying they didn't love old people wrong. These set of people, this group of young men and women, I could tell you they love old people. Come December, these people that work hard in this country for 30-something years, you work with somebody, and you're going home today like a papa. But these young men see that these people and them deserve the pension, and the pension would be paid. I hope that the young people what living with these old people, them go benefit too, because some of these people, they don't eat much, they don't go on party, so the little money that they collecting, they will enjoy too. So please help your grandparents. Spare this money and show them a little more love. I want to see when they go into the doctor, you all take the responsibility and go to the doctor with them. Clean their little nails, make them feel wanted, because you all will enjoy that money they will receive for the pension and the gratuity come December.
Thank you for your contribution, caller. Thank you so much. 435-2041, 435-2041. Now we're taking your calls. Let's go back to the phone line once again. After this call, I'll take a look at some of the comments via our social media platforms. Good morning to you, caller.
Pleasant good morning.
Good morning.
My concern is today is with Nawasa. Anytime water go and he come back, he come in dirty. At the end of the day, we losing and them gaining, because we can't use that dirty water. We have to let the water run out. So Nawasa need to step up and do better. Every time I put on a radio, somebody complaining about Nawasa. If it's not, they ain't getting water, is the water coming dirty? Tell Nawasa, say, they're too long and they need competition. If they get competition, they're going to step out. Anytime water go and come back in Beirut, it coming back dirty. Nawasa need to get the act together and do better.
All right.
Because it's not a favor. We paying for our service.
Thank you, caller, for your contribution. It may be a bit of a problem in terms of someone giving Nawasa competition. I don't think there's of course room in this country for a second water supplier. Someone to supply water second. Yeah, I don't think that is even possible. Anyway, let's go back to the phone line. Good morning to you, caller. How are you?
Hi, morning, GT. How are you?
Doing okay.
All right then. Having one problem with Nawasa.
Yeah.
The taking of the calls. Whenever you keep on calling, it's like you have to keep on waiting. They're putting you on and on, all kind of program, and you're not getting through. And to me, it's most of all the companies are happening to Guave, Grenville. Although you're calling, nobody's answering the phone. You need to know how much you owe, so you want to pay. This is why you call.
Well, have you tried downloading the company's
No.
mobile app? That should probably help you away in terms of finding out your balance and so forth. Have you ever tried that?
No, I never did.
But maybe you should try downloading the app, and it gives you all the information, gives you a history of your how much of your usage and so forth. That can probably save you the time that you to calling and finding out and getting the information from them directly. But if you have the app, you could probably try that.
All right, thank you.
All right. 435-2041, 435-2041. That's the number here on K105 GBN TV to the point for today, Tuesday, the 6th of September. Let's try some of the comments. Yes, Grenada has represented well in the Labor Day parade. I guess an individual is talking about yesterday's Labor Day activity instead of the U.S. And hey, good to know that. Let's take a short break, and when we come back, we entertain more of your phone calls here on To The Point for today, Tuesday. Let's take a break and come right back.
The loss of sexual desire and endurance can be both devastating and frustrating to a man. To gain these feelings back with a sense of power and stamina that lasts, use Hard On Plus. Hard On Plus, this natural herbal male sexual formula enriched with zinc, has no side effects. Hard On Plus offers vitality and strength to last longer when it matters. For stamina, for strength, for pleasure. Get Hard On Plus.
Hard On Plus is available in Grenada at Gittins Healthcare Pharmacies, Hills and Valley Pharmacies in Grenada and Carriacou, We Care Pharmacy, Gittins Pharmacare, Grenada Pharmacy, Atlantic Health Supplies, and exclusively distributed by R.A. Clark Distributions. Phone 416-0426.
I'm a winner, you are winner, we are winners.
Be an instant winner today with the NLA by simply purchasing your Daily Pick 3 and Playway tickets at your nearest agent or NLA outlet. As a proud sponsor of the CPL cricket coverage, the NLA continues to support the development of sports, culture, and nation building in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. The NLA, making your dreams a reality.
I'm a winner, you are winner, we are winners.
Trucking and Equipment Services Limited. Now introducing Portland King Cement, Grenada's toughest and most high-quality cement, engineered with you in mind. Whether it's residential or industrial construction, Portland King Cement has been tested to achieve profound results that you can trust. The choice is clear. Choose Portland King, tougher than the rest. Visit Kenny's Trucking and Equipment Services Limited on Dusty Highway. Call telephone number 439-6605 or 440-6605. Or visit our 2 other locations, Westerhall in St. David and Dunfermline in St. Andrew.
Welcome back once again. It's To The Point for today, Tuesday, the 6th day of September. It's an open line this morning once again, 435-2041. That's the number you can call to get on and share your views, your concerns this morning. And we also going out to our social media platforms. You can, if you're listening or viewing us via our social media platform, Facebook, or you could certainly send us, of course, make a comment per se in the comment section, and certainly once it's relative, I will certainly pass it out. Also, you can send us your messages also by our WhatsApp, the same number, 435-2041, 435-2041. Let's go back to the phone line and take a caller within this segment. Good morning to you, caller, and how are you?
Morning, GT.
Good morning.
Morning, and I see that you're very, as usual, in a jubilant spirit, so good. Keep it up.
All right.
Yeah, there's a few things I want to take you through it.
Let me kind of keep them moving this morning.
Yeah. One of the things is, and I have difficulty with how we approach the whole issue of learning in Grenada. I've noticed over the years that we were prepared to threaten war among ourselves, or even riot, if certain things are not done. For instance, we don't get carnival, or we don't get cricket, Pakistan versus West Indies. But an important institution like libraries, we have little regard for that. And then when you listen to our people communicate, especially, and I think maybe the media should do something, is that the people they go to speak with, to come from the public, I know that you can't discriminate, but it's a bit embarrassing. Our people are not conversational. If you even listen to the young kids and them, and I'm not bashing the kids, because it's not their problem, it's our problem. I ask myself, what's the purpose of what they call preschool? Because if you listen to the kids who are going to primary or secondary school, you will see their language development have been retarded. And then there's an issue I raised this morning, which is very clear, and it's not bashing on the child, but I think she brought to the fore an issue that we should take seriously. On your program, she said, and please, it's not the challenge thing, and I'm just highlighting what she have highlighted. That
I get your point, caller. Continue.
A fundamental problem, and she said she's not looking forward to math and history. And I suppose lots of kids like that, and other people, I want to deal with that history, like politics. No. In order to be an evolved, enlightened person, we have to have the whole of life. We have to engage with the whole of life. Maths and history are part of it, and also language. I am not one who's going to fight for the Queen's English, please, but we have to be able to communicate effectively with each other, and that is not happening in Grenada. We are shouting at each other, backing at each other. Everything except communicating. And finally, the CXC result. I think we should be embarrassed as a region, because it is consistent with a plan that is designed for people like us to become really non-important or extinct. Because if you cannot communicate, if you cannot relate, the head of the CXC said we need to have more certificate people, and maybe the blessing, and what we need to have is more learning people who are learned and wise people, not necessarily certificated people, because I'm not against certificated people, but it seems that those certificated people have failed us. And so we need to go back to the drawing board. Examine why our people are not logical. Why are people doesn't remember things? Is it because it is designed for them so that anybody can manipulate them, as was done after the U.S. invasion, where they deploy a psychological warfare program and all? Thank you very much.
Thank you, caller, for your contribution as usual. Good morning once again. Let's go to the WhatsApp, of course, and see what we do have there. Someone was sharing us a bit of information via the WhatsApp a while ago, and I guess so many have popped in that I've lost where it actually was. I'll probably come back to it when we do entertain another caller. And I'm seeing someone via the Facebook comment section is making a comment pertaining to one of the callers who called in pertaining to the bundles that is provided by the provider. And he's saying, in regard to the bundle, the company should provide a battery for backup for power for at least 2 hours in the unlikely event that current goes. And the technology is available for if they are aware of it. I think one of the time they used to have a modem per se that had a battery per se. I don't see it again, so I'm not sure what's the problem. Good morning to you, caller. How are you?
Hello, good morning, and how are you? I'm fine, thank God. I'm fine.
Good morning, sir.
In your earlier discourse with regards to the bundle, there is you spoke about its technology. But there is, as far as I'm aware, and I think the provider should know, there is technology available where with the bundle you can have a battery that will give you standby power for 1 to 2 hours. So in the unlikely event that the electricity goes from the mains, your phone and your Wi-Fi would still be able to work on that standby power. I don't think the battery is that expensive, and I think they should look at it quickly and try and get people with that battery, because
but caller, but not cutting you, caller. But in a previous modem that was offered by the company, I think it did include a battery back then.
Okay.
If I stand to be corrected, but I think as they keep changing, components and so forth, I guess the new ones may not have it available within. But I know in previous ones it did had a battery backup.
But I know there is a battery available for the one that they have.
Yeah. Okay.
I know. So
all right. Let me pay attention to that one. Anyway.
Right. Okay. Secondly, with regards to the CXC results, I just want to make a comparison. I went to the Presentation Brothers College, and from Form 1, when GCE results came in, if it's one subject a PBC boy would pass, is mathematics.
Yeah.
Men would be jumping up and down. I get maths. I know. I'm wondering if it's because of this new math with the base 10 and the base this and whatever that the children are struggling with the new mathematics. That's my point. Take care. Bye.
All right. Thank you for your contribution. 435-2041, 435-2041. We taking your phone calls. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning, and how are you?
Yeah, good morning, we have a body to deal with matters concerning the phone. NTRC, I think it is. That you know that place in Grandans there, the office? Right. That's their responsibility. Are they sleeping or what?
Well, is it their responsibility to provide the license? I don't think their responsibility. I'm starting to be corrected, but I don't think their responsibility is to deal with the concern of the regular customer. I think it's more of they are more of the licensing authority, if my information is right. I stand to be corrected.
What I'm saying is that I believe they are responsible for regulation, license, and they're responsible for the whole running of those particular companies. This is the point. So what I'm saying is that, are they sleeping? What's going on with them?
Well, I am not sure.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Thanks for your contribution, caller. That's not where the caller is coming from, but if I'm right, I think they are responsible for issuing the license to the various companies who wants to start a particular company of that nature. I'm not sure if the individual complaints from customers goes back to they're the one responsible for that. I stand to be corrected, but I don't think they're the one responsible for taking care of the individual customers of the company problems. I think the company are the ones that's supposed to take care of the customer. Just my little 2 cents into that. Anyway, 435-2041, 435-2041. That's the number to get on the inside here for To The Point for today, Tuesday the 6th. 15 minutes moving up, which means we got 15 more minutes left on the program this morning. And let's take a couple more of the comments via the social media platforms this morning. And lots of folks are still chiming in pertaining to the bundle. Folks are complaining about the psychological warfare. Totally agree with the vigilance of technology, slavery approaching, and so forth. Well, I'm not sure how relevant that is in the conversation this morning. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning, and how are you?
Good morning. I'm fair enough, thank you.
Yes, go right ahead, caller.
I want to comment on this flu thing. I've had landline for almost 60 years. If a current goes, I can go to my landline phone and call the company and say, look, current is gone. Look, so. Flow called me a bundle. And they imposed the bundle on me without even my permission. And anytime current go, no Wi-Fi, no landline. So, Flow is trying to cut costs and deceive. And deceive, with people, deceive customers in Grenada. And the NTRC is a regulatory body, and it's supposed to take issue with Flow for what it is doing to Grenadians. I'm sick of this garbage, man. And the last thing I want to speak about, I'm calling on the Commissioner of Police and the Prime Minister of this country. Clear the sidewalks. Clear the sidewalks. It can be turned in a day. Clear it off. Thank you.
Thank you also, caller, for your contribution this morning. And we taking your call, 435-2041, 435-2041. That's the number for you to get on the inside. We have another caller. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning, and how are you? Good morning to you, caller.
Good morning. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing okay.
I'm just here in the brother Rolo again, and I'm just saying we're in the same boat because the truck and keep dumping the grass from my cow and like nobody cares. So I realize in Grenada, it's just different chef in the kitchen, and the food is the same food.
All right.
You know, we're facing the same problem over and over. Now my one issue is that energy. Our partner talk about we don't control the price of gas. And I don't understand that because we don't produce that yet. But just look in Grenada. Everybody wants to have an SUV. You understand? They don't want a small car. They don't want a bike. They want a big vehicle and an expensive vehicle. Right? Secondly, we have a poor company and we sold it. Then we buy it back. Then somehow I think we want to sell it again. Right? Now we have it now. We're supposed to be investing in renewable energy heavily. Let's look outside. Look at what energy is just wasting away. We can harness that and provide service and cheaper energy for our people. It's possible. It's as simple as that. We should be putting money into that because in the long run it will benefit us. Now most Grenadians, they have their house and they're afraid to put on their fan. They're afraid to open their fridge. They're afraid to put on the TV because they're afraid the bill that is coming. You know why? But we have this abundance of energy that's wasting away. We need to use that. We need to invest in that area as soon as possible. You know, we shouldn't be selling back the company because if you sell it, just imagine, man, the bill is that right now. If you sell that company to a foreign investor, you think the bill is going to go down? I don't think so. Because the investor is all about money, all about profit. He don't care about the ordinary man on the ground. He don't care about the mother who get cut off and her children can't do the homework. He don't care about that. He just cares about his profits and his profits and his profits. So we need to keep that company and make it work.
All right.
So we need to invest in. We have abundance of sun, water, wind. Invest in that area. It's as simple as 1 to 3. But I do say again, different chef in the kitchen, but seem like the food is tasting the same.
All right, caller. Thank you for your contribution. All right, man. Take it easy. Hey, folks, we drew for a break. Let's take a break. We come back and take a final, of course, segment this morning with your calls. We're going to wrap it up at 10 a.m. this morning. Stay with us here on To The Point. We're coming right back.
I want to be free.
Life insurance. You've heard about it before, seen the commercials, but have you ever really thought about how life insurance can benefit you and your family? Let's look at 5 ways life insurance can benefit and protect you and your family through life's expected and unexpected. 1. It provides finances for your child's education. 2. It can help you in providing collateral for loans. 3. It provides living benefits. 4. It provides a source of income upon retirement. And 5. It provides finances for final expenses such as funeral, cremation costs, and other related expenses. Contact Demerara Mutual today and speak to an agent to select a policy that best suits your existing needs.
You know, one day I woke up and, you know, they painted a set of pedestrian crossing all along the streets. You know, nobody told us how to use that thing properly.
I know how.
You're serious?
Every safe, good driver knows about these things. As a driver, you have to be very attentive. You know you're coming up close to a pedestrian cross, you start slowing down immediately, looking to see if there's any pedestrian on the side getting ready to cross. If there is, you stop on the line that is a certain distance before the crosswalk. Then you would see the pedestrian put their hands out, looking directly at you, indicating that they are going to cross. And only when you have come to a complete stop, that is when they will quickly and safely cross to the other side. And then you continue happily on your journey.
Stop, look, hand out, eye contact, wait for pedestrian to cross. Then you happily continue on your journey.
This message is brought to you by this group of insurance companies, the Traffic Advisory Body, and the Traffic Department.
Welcome back to the final segment of To The Point for today, Tuesday. And folks, been taking your calls, been reading loads of your comments this morning via our social media platform, especially the Facebook page comment section. Lots of comments been made there, and also loads of phone calls pertaining to loads of different issues folks are having and just need to speak about. Let's go back to the phone line and entertain another caller. Caller, good morning and welcome back to the segment.
Yes, Mr. Callisford, I beg your indulgences for 1 minute.
Go right ahead.
Listen, I want to zero in and to elevate to an even higher level the deficiency caused by the introduction, the elimination of the analog system, the telephone, to this modern digital thing. Many of us have spoken of the availability of the technology, but I trust that the state of Grenada, through the Ministry for National Security, and I want to underline that, take a more serious look at this matter. The NTRC is a quote-unquote waste of time. But the state has to intervene at a much more powerful level. This is a matter of national security. Can you imagine, my dear Grenadian brothers and sisters, that just at the time when, quote-unquote, your old queen, your grandmother, your brother, your sister, quote-unquote, takes in, you know what we mean by that? Fall sick. And the electricity goes? Can you imagine? Can you see that? We are entitled to better. And therefore, let us call upon the National Security Minister to attend to this matter ASAP. I heard it on this radio station. The officials from Flow mention of the technology, and they hope to introduce it so that we will have at least 1 to 2 hours of some sort of electricity well, not part electricity, but charge, so that the system can function for a period of time. And it's just about time that it be accelerated. National security. In the case of fire and other words. Thank you very much, Mr. Telesford. Do have a nice day, will you?
You too. Have a good day, sir. 435-2041, 435-2041. You know, and I certainly do understand where the callers are complaining, but pertaining to the of course, loss of service, especially when the electricity goes out, you know. There could be a reason why a pole may have fallen per se. And you need to get in contact with someone in authority. Then, depending on where you're located, you need that phone to call. And if you don't have a cell phone, which, you know, most likely everybody do have one these days, to call separately. But if you need to use that landline that you have, it could be a problem. And I certainly understand where folks are, of course, on that part in terms of not having the service when the electricity goes out. You know, it seems to be a problem around the world now. So most service providers are moving to that sort of technology right now, that level of technology. Let's take a phone call. Good morning to you, caller.
Yes, good morning. I've been listening to your program, and two callers called about the NTRC being the body to which people could register their complaints. And you said, if I quote you right, that you weren't quite sure. Well, I am in that same category, but I'm a little bit sure if there's such a thing than you are. So I would like you to find out, to verify, because NTRC, in my view, is not doing what they ought to do, because people don't know that they should be complaining to NTRC. And so you're in a position now to verify that and broadcast it so the consumer in Grenada knows that they have an option.
All right.
Please.
Thanks for your observation, caller. So I could probably look into it.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. 435-2041, 435-2041. Guys, I always thought the NTRC is more for the licensing body. And I think the bigger companies like the service provider, they usually go to NTRC to complain about interference from other companies, per se. You understand? That's what I know of from a technical point. But I'm not sure, and I could find out, as I said, if the regular consumers who consume from who use a service per se from these providers, if they could actually of course complain to NTRC. That's something I could actually find out. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
I just have one question I want to ask. We have a West Indies cricket team, right? How can we have a West Indies football team? That's all.
All right. Interesting caller. Interesting. 435-2041. 435. Just about 3 more minutes left on the program this morning. 435-2041. Yeah, the caller is saying, well, there's a West Indies cricket team and there's not a West Indies football team. All right. Anyway, let's go back. Good morning, caller. How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Get the aisle. We found the aisle. Once you get the aisle, we don't have to have no problem in Grenada. Get the aisle. This new government must start digging the aisle. We have found it. It's there. Get it, and most of our problem will be solved.
All right, caller.
That's what I have to say. Do you agree with me? Get the aisle.
Thank you, caller, for your contribution. 435-2041. We may have time to entertain maybe one caller or more if they do make their contribution really quickly, because we are strapped for time. Good morning to you, caller.
Morning, sir. It's interesting that so much people are dealing with that NTRC issue. I brought it up what day it was, the day after the throne speech. And about over 2 years ago, I came down on one morning with a ton of bricks on the NTRC. And fortunately, or maybe unfortunately, because it doesn't amount to anything in the end, they called a press conference around the midday to say almost nothing. Because I've been on their backs for years now. The NTRC is responsible for giving license to these companies. Now, when you give license or you give authority or sanction to something, there must be conditions. And so far, I'm not seeing these people are getting away. When I say the companies are getting away with just about anything in the space. So, what is the role of the NTRC in the real sense? Then you have the Ministry of Finance have a department or an area where but consumer affairs has to be dealt with. People complaining every day and nothing is being done to solve the problems. Then you have a Bureau of Standards. What are the mandates of these areas of responsibility that are given to the people to do what? So that, we expect to have things in place or regularized or maintained with proper methods and systems so that people's complaints will be satisfied, people's problem would be solved, because that's what, to my mind, they are supposed to be there for. But apparently the MTRC, the Ministry of Consumer Affairs Department, and the Bureau of Standards does nothing to listen to people's problem and confusion in this country. And that's where the problem is to quite an extent. We need a government to check on these things and straighten up these things.
All right.
Take care, sir.
Thank you, caller, for your contribution this morning. Folks, it's straight up 10 a.m. That's where we come to the end of To The Point for today here on K105 and GBN TV. I want to thank all the folks who may have called in this morning and shared their concern and made their contribution on different issues. And we want to say thank you so much. Don't forget, folks, it's To The Point. Join us again for another edition tomorrow. There's the post-press briefing coming up, and should be via GBN TV, and most likely would be synchronized here on K105. Until tomorrow, have yourself a great day, folks. That's why I say goodbye for today.